Hello and welcome back to Stitches and Books. Milo is bouncing bouncily in his bouncer. And this video is going to be my crochet dishcloth video that I mentioned in a previous video. I'm not sure, I think it was maybe my podcast. Move my tea out of the way so I don't dip my crochet dishcloth in the tea. I have started already. He only gets shouty when I start talking. It's not like that when I'm not talking. I've made a start, but I don't know what I'm doing. I can't read my crochet, and so I'm just trying my best. So this is not going to be a tutorial video, because I'm not a crocheter. I'm not usually a crocheter, so it's I definitely couldn't teach anybody how to crochet a dishcloth. It's just going to be, so I skip, which one have I been in? That one, so I skip that. It is going to be me making some crochet dishcloths and trying a few different patterns and talking to you about that. I mean, I haven't picked beginner patterns. I've just picked a couple of free patterns on Ravelry. They all use worsted weight cotton. I have DK, so I'm just holding it double, and I don't know if that's going to be like problematic, because cotton has zero like give and doesn't, and it's quite splitty anyway. Okay, I started this one with a pattern from, oh no, that's not it, where is it? Tails and Yarns. Is that right? Yeah. From a blog, and I just really don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, I think that the best thing to do is going to be to go for a YouTube pattern, because I realised that with the things I've made before, it doesn't really matter. Like some imperfect stitches haven't mattered, but in order to get the proper textures, and particularly with the how thick the yarn is, I think it's going to matter, and I want to do it right. I want this to be me learning how to crochet properly. I don't want to just get by on it being good enough. So I'm going to have a look on YouTube and see if I can find a pattern that looks good, and then I'm going to go from there. So I'll check back in when I found the one that I want to do. Okay, so I found, just get myself all sorted out again. I found a tutorial that I like the look of, and it is Rich Textures Crochet Cottage Dishcloth Crochet Pattern, and she is gonna walk me through it. So this is what the dishcloth looks like. I will leave a link down below, assuming that I like it. I think I'm quite a tight crocheter, so she's using a 5 millimeter hook, I think. She written that. Yeah, so I'm gonna try it with a 5.5, but I think that's gonna be too. I think the gauge on that's gonna be too. Whatever. The word I'm looking for is small. So we'll see. So I'm probably just gonna start. I could put my headphones in, couldn't I? And then I could watch it, and you can watch me like learning how to do it. I don't know how this video is going to turn out. It could be really boring. Just me watching me like squinting at the laptop screen. Right.
Crochet patterns for you and your home.
Why are you not in my ears?
So let's grab our hooks and yarn and get started.
I want you to be in my ears.
Our cottage.
I can do a slip knot. I'm pretty sure that my yarn is thicker than hers. Yeah, you see, I just assumed that this was DK, but maybe it's not. Let's Google it, shall we? Oh, it's Aaron, okay. Okay, well that's going to explain a lot about why my tension is off and why the stitches are not getting the right definition. Because it's not DK. Oh my goodness. I tried to pull out the centre of the ball and it was not good. The problem is though, I do not have a 5mm crochet hook because it's in something else. I'm just going to have to take it out of my other project. What did you say? How many do I need? 30... what? Oh, she's going quite quickly. Okay, 2 stitches from my hook, 1, 2. Sorry, literally the first instruction and I'm like, please say that to me 6 times and slower. That's enough. 1, 2. And then where do I go in? I think I'm working into the wrong bit of my stitch when I do my stitches, but then I can't see where she's going into her stitch. I'm going into, I don't know how I'm going to show you this. I'm going into like one of the V's, the V that's up, because the V's, if the V's are like this, right, like this, then I'm going into like the top V. Is that right? I'm going to do a puff. That feels better. Puff stitch like that, and then again. I can't get through all of these stitches. No. Oh dear. Right. Fiddlesticks. Right. Okay. Single. And then Go back and show me the puff stitch again. Oh, I did it, I did it. Okay, fine. Skip one, into the next one. She makes it look so easy. Yarn over and in and through there and yarn over and in. No. No. Don't get stressed. Don't get stressed. I finished the first row of my dishcloth, and at first I thought that it was not turning out the way that it was supposed to. It was like really curling and it looked totally wrong, but I just like gave it a pull and it just seemed to even out all the tension, like just a gentle pull, not like a yank. And it just seemed to sort of, I did it while I was like part way through, and it just seemed to even out the tension enough. And so then I just did that every now and then, just to even it out, like to rearrange these little clusters, I guess. And I'm quite pleased with how it's working. So I'm now on the second row. I realised I was doing my single crochets wrong. I don't know if I was doing them like an English way, because I'm pretty sure that the way that she's doing it in the tutorial, I'm pretty sure that's a double crochet. When you like go into the stitch and then, so I was doing it, go in and then pull a loop through and then just pull that straight through the loop that was already on my needle. But she was doing like pull a loop through and then over and pull through, which I thought that was a double crochet. I don't know if that's like a US versus UK terms difference, or if I was just doing it wrong. Oh, I can see, let me see. That was weird, I just got like a weird flickering in my eye, like there was a butterfly in here or something. Anyway, yeah, so I've just had a look because I've got Craft Yarn Council webpage open, and it says US Canadian single crochet is the same as a double crochet, UK terms. So I didn't know that, learned something. I knew there were differences, but I didn't know what differences there were. So yeah, I'm enjoying this. It's quite, now that I have sort of figured out a few things around the tension, I'm enjoying it and it's working out. The yarn is a little bit splitty, and I don't know if that's a little bit to do with me doing my stitches too tight, but am I supposed to chain one? I'm not supposed to be chaining one. So yeah, anyway, I was supposed to work that into there, then not into there. And I'm going to carry on and hopefully not make any mistakes. And I'm going to see, oops. Oh my goodness, I'm getting myself all fiddly diddly diddled. I think something that I really like about crochet is that you can really get into a nice kind of flow with it. Like once you know what the stitches are, you get a lot of like good sort of muscle memory type stuff, I think. So that's quite nice. And I'm still not at the point where I can like read what I'm doing particularly well, so I have to pay attention a little bit, but that's kind of nice sometimes when it's paying attention but not like thinking and paying attention. I just need to look, make sure that I'm putting my hook in the right place. Because I can't, like with knitting, I can knit without having to look at what I'm doing. So, yeah, with crochet, I do have to pay attention. And I think that's one of the reasons why I don't do it more, because I can't do it while I'm watching the telly, which is when I tend to do most of my knitting. So I'm going to work across the rest of this row, and then we'll see where we're at. I think I'm going to do like just one of these, and then I'll do a different one, and I'll just do a couple of different ones, and we'll see how many different dishcloths I can get out of this ball of yarn. Yeah, I'm just gonna like pop in as and when, hopefully over the next couple of days. Hopefully this vlog's not going to go out like at Christmas. Very hot. It's not even as hot as it's going to be, but it's really hot. It's really warm, and I have discovered why cotton is so popular in the summer. I guess I just never really thought about it, but yeah, I have been crocheting on this today. It's Tuesday the 23rd. I have been crocheting on this today, and it is so nice to work with in the heat. So now I just feel like nothing else is going to get worked on, because this is just so nice to work on. So I'm sitting in one of my I've got a couple of outfits that are sort of, I wouldn't necessarily wear this outside, because it's just like pure comfort rather than like anything else. I'm gonna sit here. Andrew's just taken Milo out for a walk because it's too hot to like hold him to get him to go to sleep. And I'm gonna crochet on this, and I think it's not far off done, I would say. This is obviously very accurate. I don't even know if this is going to do what I imagine it's going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. Oh no, that's not right. It would be this way. No, it wouldn't. I don't know what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 17. 3. Yeah, 6 more rows. What did I say? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I said 5 more the first time, but actually I think I miscounted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my measuring technique did work of just like folding it like this and counting these columns. But anyway, beside the point. 6 rows left to go before I do the little picot border. This is going to be too big for a washcloth, like for a dishcloth, I think. But we'll see. I think I would probably have it, like, I'll probably go for like that wide, personally. And then a little bit taller. We'll see. I shall finish it as per instructions, make it nice and square, and then see how I feel. So yeah, it's definitely, I think because I am like not I can't even talk and do it at the same time. It's definitely not my natural craft. It's definitely taking me a bit longer to do it. I'm having to sort of, I do like the flow of it. I'm having to think some rows, and occasionally I'm just not quite pulling, I'm pulling my yarn too tight, so then I can't pull the hook through like nice and smoothly. So I'm having to sort of fiddle. So some of the stitches are taking quite a long time, and some of them I'm having to do like multiple times to try and get it nice and smoothly. Well, no, just to actually get the hook through, I'm having to do it multiple times because I keep snagging. Snagging things. I can't think, can't talk in crochet, okay? It's complicated. So anyway, I'm enjoying this. I think this will be about half a ball of yarn once I'm done. And then probably out of this yarn I will make another different, the lighting is not good here, is it? Let's go around this way where the light's behind me. Also slightly less messy in this angle. That's so much better. Do I just start all that again? Do I just say everything again? No, I can't be bothered to say everything again. I can't remember what I said anyway. But you can see better now. Yeah, I think once this is squared off, it's going to be too big. Maybe I just finish this row. Let me finish this row. See how big it is. Because I don't want to make it massive, because I've got to put a border on it as well, haven't I? I wonder whether it's my tension. I'm thinking about a bag as well while I'm talking about this. I just messaged Lizzie from this Lizzie Sews because she posted some bags on her Instagram. I just messaged her about one. She said it is available and I can have it. I can have the print in any size that I want, and I assume she has sizes. I need to message her back. I assume she has like some sizes that she does her bags in, because I think I've got 2 of hers and I think they're both the same size. But in my mind I'm just thinking of the possibilities of having a bag in any size that I like. I'm also really tired. I'm basically, what I'm saying is I'm far too distracted to actually be sitting here and talking to you. So what I was saying was, I'm going to finish this row and see what I think of the size. Then when I've decided that this is done and I've put the border on it, because I'm going to do the border, because that'll be nice, some new techniques for me as well. I'm going to find another simpler pattern. I'd really like to try a linen stitch. So I'm going to have a look and see if I can find out how to do linen stitch, and then I'm just going to do it square. Probably won't follow I won't specifically look for a linen stitch dishcloth. I'll just do it, you know. Oh, I'd like to do some round I'd like to do some round ones, or like hexagon ones. I'm sure there are some like that you do where it's like you make like ruffles and then they're like a scrubby. So I might have to look into that. And then I can see myself going back to coffee yarn and teacup, which is where I got this cotton from, and doing some more. But you see, that to me, I know it's not square, but it doesn't have to be square to wash your dishes, does it? That seems fine to me. I mean, it's not going to be a face cloth, but it is like the size of my head, so, or the size of my face. But do I want it to be square? I think I want to be sure that I'm going to have enough yarn left to do the border and also to make another yellow dishcloth. I should weigh them, shouldn't I? And see how much yarn is in this and how much yarn is in this. Let's go weigh them. Okay. Right, dishcloth, take off the stitch marker. 41. Yeah, okay. 64. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it square and still have enough to make one the same size, but then I guess it's not. So how much was that altogether? I could do the maths, but I'm not going to. 104, 103. So like 51 would be half. That's not much, is it? Okay, I'm going to stop there on this one, I think, because it's really lovely. And I think it's probably big enough. What do you think? I mean, by the time you see this, I'll have decided, I suppose. So. I like the drape of it. It's going to be really nice to scrub dishes with. I feel like I'm very high energy. I'm like a child that's been allowed to stay up late because I never have evening to myself. Like the big two are in bed. And Andrew's gone out for a walk with the baby. So I can do whatever I like. and this is what I want to do, and it just feels really nice. So I'm gonna get the tutorial up on my iPad, my laptop or whatever, and figure out the picot edging, and then I will come back. I'll show you what I'm doing as I'm doing it, and let's see how far I get. This has taken me a little while to do, but I haven't worked on it like completely exclusively, so. show you, let me see if I can show you my second dishcloth one-handed. What is going on here? What is that? I like cast them on, like, or I don't know, increased, decreased, increased, decreased. It's not good. But I really like the stitch, and I'm in a bit of a flow now. Like, I feel like the top bit, apart from here, I've done something a bit, I've got like one, I've got one less here, but I feel like I'm pretty consistent at the top. So I think I know what I was doing wrong, and I've quite enjoyed doing it. I could just finish it off and use it because it's a dishcloth, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I want to see if I figured out what I was doing wrong. So I'm going to pull it out and I'm going to start again because I've really been enjoying it. So I'm quite happy for it to just carry on, just do it again. So I'm going to pull it all out. I've got quite a lot left actually. Pull it out, wind it all up. Did I show you the finished other one? It's massive. There's a picot edge. It's huge. Oh my god. I forgot how big it was. I really like it. But I don't know if it's maybe a bit too big. Maybe I'll use it on the table or something as like a trivet or a placemat or something. I think what I was doing is, you know, if a pattern told me to increase a stitch, I probably wouldn't be able to do it. But I think that's basically what I've been doing. I think when I've been coming into the last stitch, I think I've been, instead of just crocheting into this bit, here, this is like the last, it's hard to show you, this is like the last stitch. I think on the top row, I think I've been coming over and crocheting into this here, which is like from the row below. So I've been like increasing a stitch is what I think I have been doing. I'm gonna try it again. And see how I do. Day 3 of making dishcloths, I think. The fan is on. I'm not turning it off, I'm afraid. Just going to bring mine a little bit closer so he doesn't fall over. Finished my linen stitch dishcloth. Much happier with the shape of this. It is straight on the sides. This one is like my own, I don't want to say design because that sounds way too fancy, but if you want me to show you exactly what I did, I'd have to do that in a different video because I can't do that right now, setting up to do that. Too much, too hot. But I could do that in a future video if you wanted me to show you exactly what I did. It is just single crochets. So if you are a crocheter, I'm sure you'll be able to do this. But if maybe you're not a crocheter, I'm happy to do a video. Again, I don't want to call it a tutorial because that's giving the wrong impression, but I would be happy to show you what I did to make this one. This one I will link down below. And then I've got this left. I had thought about doing a border on this and then decided that I didn't need to because it is just going to be a dishcloth. But this I'm going to use, and I'm going to basically just make, I think, a hexagon until I run out. So I don't know how much is there. I would guess maybe like 30 grams because that used about 50 grams. Could be about 25 grams, so we'll see. We'll still see. But I don't think it needs to be very big. Just like a small scrubby thing. So let's see. I might look up how to do this one, or I might not. I'm not sure. But let's see how big we can get it. Realise I just started making a circle because I didn't put any corners in, and hexagons have those, they have corners. I know this, so I'm just going to take it out. Started doing like granny clusters, not necessarily what I had intended to do. I don't know that that would give me like the surface area. I don't know if that gives me the surface area that I require for the scrubbing, so I've done too many into the corner. I think I've done 2 in some and 1 in others, and I don't know what's right. So I'm just going to carry on going and see what feels good. There's a very good reason why people who know what they're doing make patterns, and people who don't know what they're doing read patterns that other people have written. Because that was a mess. So, but I'm just going to try again. I'm not going to look for a pattern. Hello. I am finishing up this vlog. I have no idea what this video is going to be like, so I mean, if you're seeing it, then I figured it was fine. If you're not seeing it, then you're not seeing it. So I have finished my ball pretty much. I've got this teeny tiny little scrappity scrap left, which I think I'm going to use to add like a little loop onto my square dishcloth. My battery's about to run out. I hope I can get through this. I haven't sewn in ends or anything yet, but I got 3 things out of one of those 100-gram balls of the King Cole recycled dishcloth cotton. They're all different sizes. One of them is definitely huge. One of them used about 50 grams, and the other 2 between them used about 50 grams. So the first one I made was this one from the tutorial that I'm going to link down below. I think it is too like gappy. I think I should have done it with a smaller hook. I used a 5mm hook for all of these, and I think this one is just a little bit too open. So if I was going to make this pattern again, I would, which I will definitely, I think, then I would go down hook size, and hopefully then it would be both smaller and also a little bit more tightly crocheted. So there's that. So this one is not going to be a dishcloth because it is a lot bigger than I was imagining that it would be. The yarn is really nice. It's super soft actually. I thought it was going to be really like rough on my hands, but like I've had no issue with it like hurting my fingers while I've been working on it. It does have a lot less give than what I'm used to working with, you know, there's no stretch in it, but that was fine. So that was the first one. I'll link the tutorial down below. It's a good tutorial. She moves, like she explains very quickly, and she pretty much just explains it like a stitch once, maybe twice, and then that's it. Whereas a few others that I've seen for other things, they sort of just remind you as they go, whereas with that tutorial she seemed to just sort of be like, okay, this is how you do the stitch, and then she would do a row. So yeah, just if you're prepared to sort of pause and scrub back and things like that, then it's absolutely not a problem. But if you like to sort of press play and then almost kind of feel like you're making it alongside them, and you know, you don't want to pause until they're saying do that for 6 inches and come back, then it's probably not the right tutorial for you. But I did like it other than that. The next one that I made was my simple square, and I really, really like this. I'm really pleased with the fabric, like how densely it's come out. I like the sort of drape on it. It's going to be nice for cleaning things, you know. It goes around everything nicely. It's not too stiff, is what I'm trying to say. And I love the colour. I mean, they're all the same colour. I love the colour. And this one, I just made it up. So it's all single crochets, or double, that's the American terminology. It's double crochet if you are in the UK and you use UK terminology. So and that's it. That's all it is just double crochets. So I am happy to do a little how I made this video if you would like to see that. But if you are a crocheter, then that's what I just did. I just chained however many I wanted plus one, and then did single crochet slash double crochet, alternated with a one chain. And yeah, I'm sure you're looking at this thinking, I know exactly how you made that, you don't need to tell me, but there we go. I really love this one. I'm going to make more like this, I think, because it's just really pleasing to look at. Really, really love the stitch, how the stitch looks. So I would quite like a sweater in this stitch. Maybe not all over, but a sweater with this stitch would be really nice. And I'm not usually a fan of how crochet looks in garments, so clearly I just have not seen the right stitches for garments that I might be interested in, but that's nice. And that's the one that I think I'm going to add a little loop to, so that we could hang it up or something. It might just looks cute. Also, sometimes I find like when I'm scrubbing, I quite like to have my finger through the loop so that I can, I don't know why. It feels like more secure in my hand. So so yeah, it is like when I stretch it, it's probably going to stretch out a bit when I'm using it. Maybe I could go down a needle size, but I don't think so. So pleased with that one. And that one took me, well, I almost finished it. You've seen all of this, but I'm telling you anyway. I did most of it and then realised that I didn't like the fact that I'd made a few mistakes at the bottom and it would like really gotten out of shape. So I just pulled it all out and started again, and it took me about a day. And that was so like alien to me as a knitter, the idea of pulling something out. I have crocheted before. I'm not a complete like beginner crocheter, but even things that I've crocheted before, I would not have pulled them out and started them again. So I feel like that was just sort of going to show how much I really enjoyed the process of making this, and it wasn't like, because I had a moment where I thought I could just keep it, it's just for washing the dishes, so it doesn't matter if it's not perfect. But I was like, oh, I'm enjoying the process so much, why would I not just pull it out and then have it be like perfect? So that felt like a big deal to me, to pull it out and start again. And then it was so quick doing it the second time around because I just knew what I was doing. So that was really nice. So really pleased with that one. Yeah, didn't take very long. The first one was the same, like maybe a couple of days, not working on it exclusively, like, yeah, didn't take long at all. And then the last one you saw me, working on, it's not flat, and I don't know if that's just the nature of the shape. It doesn't matter, it's a dishcloth. This one I have added a loop to. I went for like I chained it out, I don't know how many, and then I did a single crochet into it, and then just kind of went in and out and like joined it all together with slip stitches, I guess, just to get it nice and secure. Because I have done them before where I've just done a chain and they just feel really flimsy. So I wanted to go for a nice chunky loop there. And it's a hexagon, I think. Yeah, it was almost a pentagon because I couldn't count 6 apparently, but yeah. And I'm pleased with it. So with this one I did a chain and like the circle, and then I did treble, like granny clusters, trebles into the circle and made my corners. Then I did the sort of solid granny stitch across the top where you just do trebles into every stitch. Did the corners, trebles, etc, etc. Then on the next round I did, and I turned it every round. So instead of just going round and round and round, I flipped it back and forth because I've seen people say that they do that, and I don't know if that's something that you do with every flat shape or whether it's just something that people usually do with granny squares to stop them from like leaning. But I did it with this just to try it out. So I did the second lot of trebles, and then I did a round of single crochet, US 10. And then the next round I did alternate single crochet and what was this called? Puff stitch, whatever this was called. Alternate those, just because I wanted a little bit of something a bit firmer so that when I'm like washing it's got a little bit more like oomph behind it if it's like washing a pan or something like that. And then I would have done the same thing again on the next round, but that stitch seems to eat quite a lot of yarn. I don't know if it does, but it felt like I felt like I wasn't going to have enough. So then I just did trebles for the next round, and then I still had more yarn. So then I just finished it with single crochet all around the outside. Probably could have gotten one more round with the puff stitch or whatever it's called, but never mind, I like it. It had a bit more texture to it, so I'm pleased with this one. I wanted to try and get a hexagon as well, just to sort of try out a few different things, so I'm pleased with that. So all in all, quite pleased with my productivity. They've been really great to work on while it's been hot. We've had a heat wave here in the UK, and it has been like hotter than it usually gets. It's like the definition of a heat wave, I think. But it's been great to work on these because even though like my other projects are not like particularly fluffy, they're not particularly sticky projects in the heat. One of them is quite small and like the needles are quite thin. My socks that I'm knitting on because of the small needles, and my hands just feel like hot. That with the small needles, that just, it's not very comfortable. And then the other project is a sweater, and even though it's not sticky feeling, it's quite a lot of yarn to have on my lap. So, because I'm doing the ribbing of the body, so it's quite a lot of yarn to have on my lap. So this has been perfect because they're so small, they're really portable. I've been carrying them around in my little drawstring project bag. It's really like, it doesn't take up much space, but it's been perfect for like a ball. All of this has fit in there like really easily, and this is from Paula at Stitched by Mrs. D from I think possibly last summer. It's got the nice bunting on the back, so it's been really perfect, and it has just come everywhere with me. And the great thing about this is that I have instead of carrying like a big bag or anything. I've been making Andrew carry the bag, and then I have had a little bag, just like big enough for my phone and my keys and things, and then this just ties perfectly to it, and because it's still so small, it's not like weighing my bag down. So I've been able to take my knitting, well, my crochet with me everywhere, and it's felt really, really portable. So yeah, so just, you know, even just getting a few stitches or a row done, like it's been so quick to work on these. I mean, the hexagon took me a couple of hours this afternoon, which was really nice thing to sort of just work on while I've been sitting on the floor trying to stay cool. So that is it for this video. I hope it's been interesting to watch me crochet dishcloths. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, and if you're new here and you are not already subscribed, then please do hit the subscribe button. I don't know what else to say. I hope you've managed to stay cool wherever you are, if you've had a heat wave, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.